so we did all this fancy schmancy work and we found some composite numbers and we found prime numbers, but let's clearly define these really quick. So prime is a number that only has two factors, 1 and itself. So if you look at all of our prime numbers, the only way to make those numbers with multiplication were to multiply them times 1. The only way to make 2 is 1 times 2. The only way to make 3 is 1 times 3. The only way to make 5 is 1 times 5. The only way to make 7 is 1 times 7. As your numbers get bigger, there's less and less prime numbers. So the first few numbers, there are quite a few prime numbers, but as your numbers get bigger, there will be less and less. All even numbers, except for 2 in the whole entire universe, are actually going to be composite numbers. Because all even numbers, as you can see already, have a factor of 2. So 2 has a factor of 2 as well, but the only way to make 2 is 1 times 2. So a composite number has more than 2 factors. So all of our composite numbers down here, we could make more than just 1 times the number itself. So with 8, we could make with 1 times 8 or 2 times 4. With 4, we could do that with 1 times 4 or 2 times 2. With 6, we could do that with 1 times 6 or 2 times 3. And then all of our prime numbers, we could only make them by multiplying times 1. All right, so moving forward, we can look at some bigger numbers. If you think about 9, 10, and 11, right? Let's try 9, 10, and 11 and see if they fit the same rule. So remember, prime numbers have 2 factors. Composite numbers have more than 2 factors. All right? So with the number 9, right? If you were doing 9 as an array, we could do 1 times 9, or we could do 3 groups of 3. So there's more than one way to make it. There's more than the factors of 1 times 9. There's also 3 times 3. If we wanted to make 10, we could do 1 group of 10, or we could do 2 groups of 5. So there's more than one array for the number 10. So 1 by 10 or 2 by 5. There's 4 factors for 10. So there are 3 factors for 9, 4 factors for 10. The reason I'm saying 3 factors is 3 is 3. And then finally for 11, if we were trying to make 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's a 1 by 11 array. But since 11 doesn't divide evenly, there's no other way to make 11. The way that I could do this, 5th grade style, so I could start thinking of all the ways to make 9. I know that 1 times 9 makes 9. I also know that 3 times 3 makes 9. So no other number can make 9 after 3. 4 times anything won't make 9. 5 times anything won't make 9. So that's how I know, is because basically the next number wouldn't work. So all odd numbers will, not all odd numbers are prime. Sometimes people think that all odd numbers are prime, but as you can see, 9 is an odd number, but it has 3 as a factor. All right, if I was going to make a factor tree for 10, I know that 1 times 10 is 10. Any number times itself is that number. But what else do I do? I know 2 groups of 5 is 10. All right, so 1, 2, 5. And then is there any number between 5 and 10 that'll work? Nope. So we have 4 factors for 10. 1, 2, 5, and 10. Here are your factors for 9, 1, 3, and 9. I'm not listing 3 twice, but if you wanted to, you could. And then, of course, 11. The only way to make 11 is 1 times 11. So it only has 2 factors, 1 and 11. 1 and 11. So 9 is composite. 10 is composite. 11 is prime.